Real estate investors are receiving strong message pretty much on a daily basis at the moment that now is the time to be getting active in terms of considering at least getting into the property market. And for that reason, at Hotspotting, we've put together what we're calling the National Best Buys Bundles to help you as real estate consumers answer the question, okay, markets are rising, so we're being told we're best to buy. There's pretty strong evidence, and it's coming out on a weekly basis now, that prices have recently started rising or continue to rise in most of the major markets around Australia, not all of them, but the latest figures on median prices for the major cities, the capital cities, suggest that pretty much everywhere, depending on whose figures you believe, but it appears that other than Darwin, we're seeing growth in the most recent month and the most recent quarter, pretty much all the other capital cities, and very strongly in the two biggest, Sydney and Melbourne. We also have a growing number of surveys conducted by different entities throughout the Australian corporate sector and the real estate sector, asking people how they feel about real estate markets, testing sentiment in the market, and increasingly those surveys are showing rising confidence, rising sentiment, and rising expectations that next year prices are going to rise. And adding to the evidence, we have reports being published by people like SQM Research, the business of experienced real estate researcher Louis Christopher. His boom and bust report was recently published, where he's forecasting a variety of possible scenarios for the major cities in terms of real estate in 2020. And his standard scenario would suggest that he's expecting prices to rise solid to strong in all capital cities except Darwin. So against that background, we figure that people are getting these messages almost daily that it's a pretty good time to be thinking of getting into the market as property investors and as home buyers. And the dilemma that people face always is trying to figure out where best to buy. So we've bundled up our three most popular reports, what I regard as our three best reports, into a package, into a bundle, so that you as real estate consumers can get what we think are the best places right now to consider buying as investors. It includes our National Top 10 Best Buys report, our National Top 10 Regional Hotspots report, and also the latest edition of our Price Predictor Index. We've included the Top 10 Regional Hotspots report because for the last 2 years, many of the best and strongest growth markets across Australia have been found in the regional areas, those areas that don't get a lot of attention and media and tend to be overlooked by everybody. But right now there's very strong growth happening in selected parts of regional Australia, and often say to people that buying in a good regional centre is a win-win-win situation, because you're buying at a much more affordable price than in the major cities. You're getting better rental yields, generally speaking. And if you buy in the right locations, you're going to get pretty good capital growth as well. And that's what has been happening in selected locations throughout regional Tasmania, in particular also regional Victoria and some parts of regional New South Wales and regional Queensland. And we're kind of expecting a continuation of that, again, in selected locations in 2020. So you can buy any one of those reports in the National Best Buys bundle, or you can buy all three together at a price that's less than the price of two, so you're getting a substantial discount. If you want to do that, go to the hotspotting.com.au homepage, and there's a presentation of that offer on the homepage. Just follow the prompts, click on the link, and you'll have the opportunity to get those three leading reports at an attractive price, we think, helping you to make that critical decision about where best to buy in a climate where sentiment is rising, and there's an expectation that in the major markets of Australia, prices are going to be getting stronger over the next 12 months. That's it for now. Ryder from hotspotting.com.au signing off. Let's talk again soon.